Sanjiv Bhasin is joining us now. Sanjiv, good morning. Sanjiv, I'd like to start our chat with a stock from the wires and cable side, RR Kabel. Got massive, it has actually made decent money for investors since listing. It's since short period of time that it's been listed. But this space is witnessing a lot of action. In today's block, if the stock comes down, would you recommend looking at it?
Yeah, good morning, Ajay. It depends on your horizon and your participation. We've been very bullish on Finolex cable that has been richly rewarded. We liked the other stock which fell for whatever reason. I'm forgetting the name.
Polycab, right?
But yes,
Polycab.
but yes,
Polycab.
Polycab. Yeah, so that is in our portfolio. So I think these are all very good plays on the expansion of the capex and the telecom and so on. And cable network is growing very, very rapidly. So we are very, very optimistic on this space. But like I said, stocks have already run up far in excess of valuation. You have to take it with a pinch of salt that you are entering at close to 23,000 and a big event and valuations not in your favor. But the longer term trend remains very, very bullish on capex and cable related stocks.
Point taken. Mr. Bhasin, do you track SAMIL closely, the erstwhile Motherson Sumi? Because the earnings were very strong yesterday and seems like that the stock is likely to see upgrades from brokerages today.
Yes, good morning, Anisha. That's my top pick from 65, 68. I tracked it very actively and it has doubled and it will go to 200. Unquestionably, everyone talked about how Mr. Sehgal was expanding at a time when the industry was doing weak, but he expanded his reach across the world, even in Asia, Europe, and the demerger of the wiring business from this left a lot of room on comfort. They are one of the biggest players in the upholstery of aircraft, and now the underlying business is doing extremely well. Plus, diversification of assets across geographies. As a disclosure, we have been very, very bullish. The first people 65, 68, 70. Then on 95, we reiterated a buy and touchwood richly rewarded. OEMs have been going through the roof, and this is just starting its journey.
The other stock in focus is Eureka Forbes. After a solid set of numbers, in fact a turnaround quarter, the stock didn't see a lot of action yesterday because broader markets were under pressure. Today Nomura has come out with a big upgrade on Eureka Forbes. Again, the case of a great management, good reputation, stock hasn't done much. Any thoughts on Eureka Forbes? Mr. Pota's magic is now visible in the numbers, but will it be visible in the stock price as well, Sanjeev?
No, Ajay, I don't track that stock,
Okay.
but I'll give you a similar stock which I think is grossly undervalued and can be an outperformer. But I am not tracking Eureka Forbes. I can give you another name which I think will richly reward investors if you want.
Go ahead.
So that's UGRO Capital, one of the fastest growing NBFCs. And the profitability from 27 crore in 2021 has gone to 1193 crore. Pre-provisioning operating profit was 2950. NIMs are at 8.5. Market cap of 2600. They've just done a CCD plus debt market issuance of about 1350 crore. Now this company is unbelievable in the sense it's run by Sachindra Nath, who is diluted his his base capital, and he just holds about 2.5. Only professionally managed. There is no large shareholder. Largest holders are family offices. And I think he's the one who started Religare and took it to Zenith. I think this is an unbelievable stock at trading at the return on ROI is going to be 18%, which is even more than HDFC. I think this is the next Chola in the making. This time's numbers and the NIM and the price to book of 1.8 is it is the cheapest stock. Plus the issuance of CCD and warrants is at 264 to give you comfort. You cannot go below this level. I think this is a 350, 400 rupee stock. And after 400, I might even review it on the upside. Fastest growing NBFC in co-lending. And they just did an acquisition in stock plus option on MyShub Life. A very fast growing fintech vertical. I think unbelievable stock. And this would be my top pick here. In this uncertainty at this time when there is little bit of cloud over global cues, you must add this stock. 350 is coming in the next 6 months.
You track that this space pretty closely. I mean, there is a very big fund infusion by almost a dozen family offices which recently happened. I'll take a quick chart check with Kunal on this one. Kunal, this stock actually oscillates between 220 on the lower side, 320 on the upper side. how are the charts telling you? Is it likely to go back there and cross?
So the recent spurt of volumes for UGRO Capital is something interesting. I think it happened in end of April, start of May, where the stock shot up from 240 to almost 300, and the average volumes were almost 16 to 30 lakh shares on a daily basis, as compared to an average volume which is just 2 lakh or 3 lakh shares. So that itself indicates that there was a very strong set of buying which happened. The stock is stabilized just around the 100-day moving average at 260, 263, where it's trading right now. So which means that 240 is a major support for the stock, and because of that sudden jump in volumes, there could probably be a case at 240 support should be held on. So I believe in that case, the risk reward at current levels is also very attractive.
Okay, point taken. So that's a view on UGRO, both fundamentally as well as on the charts. There it seems to be more upside. Sanjiv Bhasin sir, I just wanted to get your sense regarding a couple of these names from hospitality sector as well. GMR Airports came out with earnings. The losses have narrowed quite substantially. And then you had the earnings coming in from Lemon Tree as well. A solid growth of 30% on revenue. EBITDA has also jumped up. What within hospitality do you still like? Because today we are of course going to speak with Mr. Puneet Chatwal as our guest editor as well and decode the hospitality space. But what's your top pick within that?
First, Anisha, I'll go back to the first week of May, and I came on your channel and I gave you a name, Ratan Power. I said unbelievable stock, 2,700 crore market cap, 2,700 megawatts. Ratan Power, I said 18 rupees target. It hit a high of 1740 yesterday. Today again circuit. People have doubled their money in a market which has done nothing. That is called stock research. I am very, very bullish on what you said on GMR. 48% on a standalone EBITDA. EBITDA margin has come very high. Hyderabad Airport has turned cash positive. That means the pre-operating office provisioning operating profit has become very, very strong. And secondly, the average revenue per user is growing very, very rapidly. All the airports are going positive. So the EBITDA loss is mainly due the profit after tax is lowest, and that is mostly because of the interest which is going to be there. But this is going to turn cash positive in the next 3 quarters, and the type of growth you are seeing in airports is seen to be believed. You are proxy to that. You are aware how it is growing. I think AeroCity is added to the numbers. Dial is doing extremely well, and the Mopopa, that is the Goa airport, is also going to add color. But I'm saying the fastest turnaround was the Hyderabad airport. That has come up to cash very, very fast. So we have an exposure in that from 35 levels. I think 100 is a century is just on the card. Maybe 120 over by the end of the year.
A big upgrade in GMR by a brokerage as well. Of course, Sanjeev has been talking about it for a very long time. Now everybody is recognizing it and numbers are speaking for themselves. Vaishali, Kunal, we'll just take a short break. Sanjeev ji, thank you very much for your time this morning, and your new stock, we'll keep it on radar, UGRO Capital. We'll take a short break.